Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Come on now, let's go!
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. Jones has it. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Ryan. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32.
20.
From the gun, here's Newton. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing is Newton. He's going to look deep for more. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy, and it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Panthers are going to take another timeout, and that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Mike. Ready. You. Check 26, check 39. Hey, check this. Wait.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 27. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
20. Check 43. 8.
To throw is Newton. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
It's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Quick throw from Ryan here to Ridley. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
21. Watch the shoot.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Ready, blue 80. Back 25. 22. 61. Match box. Light. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. 25 tonight.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball 3, and it's 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Ready? Ready? Hey! Hey! You go tight.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the safety creek. Check three. Shoot. Great.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
That's it. Ready? Check 45 to the mic. Yeah. Watch twist. 8. Gun. 45. Mike, 45. Hey, come on.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton.
Set.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
X3, 218, chop. 59, check.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
You got it.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Recon, 152 fighter. Ready to go.
On 2nd and 2, Ryan over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Got it.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Justin Hardy, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first on the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, Greg Olson's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Under 10. Under 10.
It's a give to the right. Ingram. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Bang, 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 bang. Gun. Great. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's go.
From the 38, Newton taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Let's go. At their own
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Ryan to the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Ryan. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He dumps it down to Ingram. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey! 45 to Mike. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Big edge.
Ingram. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Completes it to Samuel. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina! Curtis Samuel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, yeah, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there.
And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their play ball. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Again, they'll run with Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. He's at the 40, 20, and he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 61 yards that time on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Gun. Check. Crunch. Great. Hey! Let him know.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ryan finding Julio out wide. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Slam. Okay. Let's go.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go. 6 man. Check curls. 20.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Gun. Check Mike 45. Check Mike.
2nd down and goal. Newton to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Flushed, and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Ryan. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. There's Matt Bosher now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Gun.
On 2nd and 9, Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Hey, man. What? 8.
3rd and long. It's Newton. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On first down, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gerald McCoy able to record his 5th sack of the season. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Mike, check, 59.
To throw is Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Set. Ready, 8. 8. Let's go, defense. Gun. Let's go, defense.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
20. Switch it.
Ingram again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's get off the field.
Now Newton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Switch gears. Kill. And we're going 30. Mike 37.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. From the 50, Newton. Able to get away. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Check four, check four. Hey! 37's the mic. Mike 37.
Here we go.
To throw on third down. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
25, 21, 59. Gotta go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 76 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for two.
I got you, son. Check, check, check. You're all mine, baby. You won't get this. You're all mine. Watch switch, watch switch, watch switch. 80 weapon. 20. Mike, check, 59, 59. 39. Line, 25, tonight.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
Hey, pick your game up.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Tighten up. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Great. Mike 52. Mike 52. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On second and 11 now. Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. But now it's third down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he's going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10.
Hey, Tuesday. 6-6, pull it high.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something. Here's Ryan. He's going to... And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adrian Claiborne picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing here, Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
180. Gun. 8. Jump. 8.
Throwing on third and long. Newton taking a shot for Samuel. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was